Hey guys, Mike Wang here. I'm the gameplay director for the NBA 2K series. And for those of you who are new to 2K or those who just want to...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. And tonight will be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Rockets in Houston. And for Houston, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. Two great backcourts going head-to-head tonight. Kenny, your thoughts on how the guard position has evolved over time? And make it quick.
Yeah.
The evolution of the guard position in 12 seconds, please.
Well, you weren't quick, so why do I have to be so quick?
Well, just try.
8
Okay,
seconds
I'm going to be as quick as I can.
Okay.
7,
But I'm going to be
6.
as...
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We've got a special treat for you folks tonight. Sports writing heavyweight Bill Simmons is in the house. Bill, welcome to 2K Sports.
What an honor. I've been waiting for the invite for years.
And we've been waiting for the acceptance. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, let's do this.
It's the Philadelphia 76ers facing the Houston Rockets. And Chris Paul continues to remain sidelined with the injury.
Yeah, and I don't like the sound of that at all. I mean, they're going to miss him. And by all indications, they're going to miss him for a long time. That was the exact opposite of the news they wanted to hear.
All right, let's hit the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Covington.
You know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. You know, Bill, when you look at the players the Sixers have put together, they should be a perennial contender, it would seem, on paper for years to come.
But that's the thing about the NBA. You never know.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of these teams that looked like they were the next potential dynasty, and within 2 years, they made a trade. Somebody got hurt. I mean, you talk about the 80s Rockets. You talk about the Magic in the 90s. They made the finals. Within 14 months, that whole team is gone. The OKC Thunder, 2012, Game 5, Miami. I took a picture of KD and Harden and Westbrook with their arms around each other. They never played together again. So I think the thing you learn over and over again with basketball, even Derrick Rose and the Bulls, every time you think there's the next young team that's coming, they still have to actually do it, and sometimes they don't.
The 76ers have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Inside. Good work defensively by Capella.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Bill, with last year's do-or-die season finale between Minnesota and Denver, final game of the regular season, momentum is gathering for a play-in tournament and for the last 2 playoff spots. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I wrote about this in 07. I called it the Entertaining as Hell tournament, where basically the first 7 seeds were guaranteed, and the 16 teams that didn't make it out of the 2 conferences, they just went head-to-head, single elimination. And then you have the final 2 games in New York City, and you blow it out, and you have a fun thing with it. I think that Minnesota-Denver game was important, and maybe the solution is you have the 6 seeds guaranteed in each conference, and then you have 7, 8, 9, 10 in each conference, and you just have playing games. You have 7 versus 10. You have 8 versus 9. You do it over the course of a couple days. Use the TV revenue from that, because you could get good money from that, to maybe shorten the season. Which would be, for me, the #1 thing I would change about the league. I think we should have a 70-game season. You could talk me into 76, but there's too many games. There's too many nights where the players... I just think basketball is really hard to play.
Simmons checked in for Houston. Wallace. The Rockets can't hit.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Good. With Embiid, modern superstar, knows how to connect with fans using his social media to his advantage. He has got a very charismatic side to him.
He does. I wish he cared a little bit less about it. I don't mean to sound like an Embiid critic, but I think he's very aware of his surroundings at all times. You could feel it at the playoff games that I went to in Boston, where he's very aware of the fans, and he's very aware of getting booed and kind of looking around, and I think there's another level that he can go to as a player of just like, guess what? None of that stuff matters. Just play basketball. You're 7'3", and you're unstoppable. I thought he just needs to be a little more locked in and a little less aware of that other stuff, and I think he needs to be in better shape. You saw in the playoffs, he would peak in the first 3 quarters, and by the 4th quarter, I thought he was dead. You could see his hands are on his knees, and the reason he wasn't in great shape is he'd never come close to playing that many minutes in 4 years. So the key for him is, can he play around 70 games a season? Can he play 30 minutes a game? Can he get to 2,100 minutes for the year? And can he have something left in the tank for the playoffs? Because his conditioning really hurt him against the Celtics.
Dixon kicks to charge. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Bill, on the topic of Joel Embiid, sometimes we don't appreciate what a big man has to go through, because constant leaning, bumping. I mean, they play a game so different than guys around the perimeter. They don't face that constant guy on you.
Right, and the fear with him is some people's bodies maybe aren't meant to play basketball for 20 years, you know? And you watch him, he's 7'3", just giant arms, giant legs. When you watch him run, you kind of feel it, whereas there's other guys when you watch them run and it just makes sense. Like, I still remember seeing KG early in his career. It's like, wow, that dude is meant to play basketball. He was just like a gazelle, you know? Giannis is like that. LeBron is like that. Embiid is really tall, and he's carrying weight, and there's just a lot of pressure going through his joints, and I just hope he can stay healthy.
Like with Yao.
Yeah, Yao is a great example. Greg Oden. Andrew Bynum, I think, is a really good example. Andrew Bynum was the focal point of the Dwight Howard trade in 2012. He's out of the league 2 years later. So, you start going over 7 feet with these guys, and Kareem is an anomaly. Bill Walton, Yao, Ilgauskas, Rick Smith. These are all guys that got injured because they were too tall.
One shot.
And Powell, no good on that one.
The length and mobility of Powell is really impressive. He's a solid big guy who I think continues just to get better at both ends.
Wallace outside. Pass to Powell. Kicks it to Capella. Now here's Wallace. He's guarded closely. That's good from Chris on the assist by Wallace. Chris has got his first 3 points of the game.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
They seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. Definitely the momentum is with them.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Rockets lead by 7. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about
not knowing English. Obviously, at the beginning, it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously, I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's big. A must follow on social media, and the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Marquise Chris is out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Simmons. Then there's Wallace. And it's Powell in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Wallace outside. Pass to Simmons. Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a 3. He's got the pull-up hezzy jumper, as he calls it. He can go in the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be memorable.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, the Wizard in the last time out against the Pacers was terrific. He ended up with 25 points, and along with what he did on offense, he had a big defensive night as well. That game was just the latest example of how hot he's been. We'll see if anyone can cool him down tonight, Kevin.
David, appreciate the report. He was a one-man show in that game.
And, it'll be interesting to see how much that took out of him. I mean, he'll have a hard time putting up anything even close to those numbers here tonight.
Well, Greg, you know where I'm going. He was a stat sheet stuffer in that game. Did a little bit of everything and did it all well.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top 5?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're going to stop him, but you know, you put a taller guy on him, and Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense scorer I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just, you forget about it from one play, and all of a sudden he's in the corner, and they're setting him up, or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, yeah, you run them off screens, and you tire the guys out, and you kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get-out-of-my-way guys. I'm going to get to the rim.
Absolutely.
Score like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Simmons. And the 76ers also making a change. Embiid's checked in. Here's Holland, covered by Chris. And the shot falls short this time.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
I mean, well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kill, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
Nice shot by Wallace. Wallace has got 16 points.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here, defending the triple.
Now here's Fultz. Wallace covering. And here's Fultz. Turned in an outstanding game against Chicago.
Fultz, when he has room to throw it down, he's taking it to the rim. No hesitation.
Houston leading by 8. Here's Wallace. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. 18 points for him.
Guys, he has been a major factor, big time, outstanding at getting quality looks and knocking them down.
Always full of terrific insights. Bill Simmons, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. My insights, thank you as well.
And Clark, always great to have Bill with us, a content creator who really taps into what the audience is thinking.
Could not agree with you more. Amen to all of that, Kevin. He's got a very loyal fan base and readers and viewers that share his vision, not just on sports, but on life. And that strong connection he has with them is admirable.
Now here's Fultz. Wallace covering. Fultz the pass to Simmons. Good work defensively by Capella.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Now here's Simmons. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Stolen by Harden. To the wing on the left. Here's Capella. And so that's the end of the first half. Houston on top. They lead by 13. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. We're seeing a tremendous game from the Wizard.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's foul. The young stars, Simmons and Embiid at the 4 and 5. Then it's Robert Covington. Then it's Markelle Fultz. And it's Holland in at the 2 spot. Clark, agility is such an important thing for players to have, obviously. When you look at the offensive end, knowing that agility has that upper value, who are some of the more elusive players you see in the game now?
Man, I don't think there's any more elusive player in the game than Steph Curry. I tell you, he's not the most athletic. He's not the fastest, but he is the slipperiest guy to try to keep a handle on. His ball handling, his shot making, his change of pace. I throw Kyrie Irving in there as well. Kemba Walker, diminutive in size, but boy, is he hard to keep corralled. And Lou Williams, one of my favorites, one of the great scorers, maybe one of the greatest scorers ever, under 6'2" in the league.
Yeah, some terrific names there. Here's Fultz, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Fultz has got 10.
Finally get one to drop after starting the half with 4 straight clanks.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And the Sixers' strength, Clark, on the offensive end is how many ways they can attack a team.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Deadly in transition because of Simmons' size, speed, and passing ability. And if they don't have something in the
Rebounded by Covington.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Really like the quick decision making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Covington with the steal. And now the 76ers on the break. No good from Simmons.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
And there's the foul. It'll go on the Wizard. That's foul number 2 for him. Saric outside. To the paint. Here's Lemon. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The 76ers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. The first one falls.
You know, you look at most winning teams in this league, and there's no denying they have an identity, who they are and how they play consistently. The Rockets fall into that category, a defined style of play and pieces that fit pretty well.
Nice shot by Wallace. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. The pass to Saric. And there's the foul. It'll go on the Wizards. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And Clark, talk about the Rockets' identity, their style of play.
Yeah, it's all about the analytics, quite honestly. They're looking for drives and 3-point field goals. Constant pressure on the defense. The long-range ball spaces the floor, and defensively they're going to try to switch and keep the ball in front and deny the same 3-pointers they're looking for at their offensive end from the opposition.
The 76ers have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
You know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
With social media providing instantaneous news, Clark, players have to really watch what they say now before they hit the send button.
Yeah, you got to pause before you peck. And you got to pause before you post. That's one of the things I would tell.
Well said.
That's what I would tell guys when I was talking about this landscape that they're in. Heavily scrutinized. And to the NBA players' credit, they've done a great job with social media. They're very visible. They're very accessible. They're well connected to the community through their platforms. But you do have to exercise some caution in how you go about your social media profile.
To the middle. It's stolen by Hickson. Unhindered, going all the way. And yes, it's good. Lemon's got 5 now.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't.
Yep, I'm saving this game.
get said, and you can get some easy baskets.
So we see Houston taking the W here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never...
Does anyone else think that there was some goaltending happening in the second half that they didn't call? Because I don't...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to catch up with our special...
Hey, this is Shaq. Hurrah! You've been...
And that's a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaq, for the Jet, for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. We will see you again soon.
What is this subway long?
Here you go.
Your dad. What P2! What do you want? What's up, bro? What's up? P5. What's up? Wait, I meant Demonte. Yeah, there we go. What's your archetype for 2K? Playmaking sharpshooter. What's your overall? Damn near a 90. I'm better than you. I'm a 67 long defender, 95 steals. Ha. Well, me then. I mean, all I'm gonna do is defend me, but there's no point. And I also have a pure sharp, and then I have my center that I beat you. What's up? You never beat me with no center. You remember that day when I had that part and you doubled up and I kept posting you up? Yeah. My teammate was trash. So what you trying to do? You trying to play with me or? I don't got plus. I don't have PlayStation Plus either. Hold on, let's see. I'm finna try right now. I want to play with me. I'm not even that bad. Bro, play with your center. I'm only playing with bigs. Big man. That sounds real gay. I don't gay. No, listen. My lockdown is a 6'10". Small forward. So, bro, I want to play with a center. That 70 overall center you got, bro. Play with him. I got posterizer on Hall of Fame. Hey, let's hop on Fortnite after this, bro. Oh, I want to be on you. Hey, I don't want to play no Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite like that. I want to play Fortnite. Bro, I got a freaking Starbucks gift card, bro. You already know what tomorrow. Flash, come on. Bro, come on. Huh? Come on. Come on. We finna play, right? Oh, I'm finna say join me, but it's an 87 and a 91. Hold on, let me see. Oh, they said it's point guard. I think they... Let me see. He is, he a pure post scorer. It got hacked. He a pure post scorer, the 91, he a pure post scorer. Oh, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I hate post scorers. Is that the broker? No. Huh? No. Where you at? Where you at? Oh, I just joined you, my bad. Why you joining me? I didn't. Oh. Dumbass. Hey, find the Dead Suits clip. That's what I'm doing.
Find a Nets 2 court.
Demonte.
What?
Why do you unfollow me on Instagram?
I did not follow you on Instagram.